Funding for Scholastic Scrimmage is provided by the Air Products Foundation. The foundation is supported by donations from Air Products and Chemicals Incorporated as a charitable organization whose contributions provide support for educational, cultural, health, and community programs in the Lehigh Valley. The series is also made possible by Channel 39 School Services participating districts.
WLVT-TV presents Scholastic Scrimmage, a weekly program featuring teams from Lehigh Valley High Schools in a contest of quick recall. Tonight's teams are from Northampton High School and Moravian Academy High School. Your host for Scholastic Scrimmage is Harry Price.
Good evening and welcome to Scholastic Scrimmage. We're going to meet the teams and the coaches, then we'll begin the contest. Northampton High School, Kurt DeBellis, a senior. Mike Ruth, a junior. The captain is Thad Zabo, a senior. Jen Carmonic, a senior. And the coach is Ron Reed, teacher of social studies. From Moravian Academy, Aaron Datesman, a junior. The captain is Joseph Hughes, a senior. Andrew Henry, a senior. And Brennan Milligan is the sophomore. And the coach is Lois Voorhees, teacher of chemistry. Channel 39 is pleased to announce that at the conclusion of the series, after the championship contest, the Air Products Foundation will present a $1,500 scholarship award to the championship high school and a $750 award to the runner-up high school. Both of these awards will be given in the names of the respective Scholastic Scrimmage teams. Remember, the answers to the questions on Scholastic Scrimmage require rapid recall of factual information and aren't necessarily indicative of academic training. The rules for the contest are as follows. On toss-up questions, you'll be given 10 points for each correct answer, and 10 points will be deducted for an incorrect response. If you answer incorrectly, then the opposing team will have an opportunity to answer without penalty. They'll get 5 points for a correct answer in this situation. Of course, each correct answer to a toss-up question gives you the opportunity to answer a bonus question without penalty. Team members may confer only on the bonus questions, and the answers to these questions should be given to me by the two team captains. A buzzer will signal the end of the contest. If it sounds while a question is being asked, the game stops. If the buzzer goes off, however, while you are answering a question, you will be permitted to complete your answer, but no bonus questions will be asked. Are there any questions? If not, we'll begin the contest with our first toss-up. Here it is. The assassination of Archduke Francis Ferdinand triggered the outbreak of World War I. For 10 points, name the city in which the assassination occurred. Moravian, Joseph.
Sarajevo.
Yugoslavia, you are correct. And here's your bonus, Joe, for you and the team. VISTA, the name of a government-sponsored program, is actually an acronym. For 10 points, give me the exact 5-word phrase from which the name VISTA is taken.
What's it do? I have no idea.
Joseph.
No response.
Volunteers in Service to America, VISTA. Toss up, looking at a 10-point bonus. In what state is the college known as the Citadel located? Moravian, Joseph.
South Carolina.
Correct, it's in Charleston, South Carolina. Again, a bonus of 10 points, Joe. For 5 points apiece, who wrote these classics of English poetry? First one, Paradise Lost.
Milton.
Joseph?
Milton.
Correct, John Milton. Idols of the King.
King Arthur, Brennan, King Arthur. I read in 9th grade.
It would be Alfred Lord Tennyson. 5 out of a possible 10 on the bonus. Here's your toss-up, looking at a 10-point bonus. For 10 points, what 4-letter term means 1 nautical mile per hour? Northampton, Thad.
Not.
Correct. Bonus 10-pointer, Thad, you may confer. At the Grand Banks of Newfoundland, 2 famous ocean currents meet. For 5 points each, name these 2 currents. Thad.
Gulf Stream and the Arctic Current.
Not the Arctic Current, the Labrador Current. I'll give you 5 out of the 10. Going for a 10-pointer. Toss up in geometry. If the area of a square is 18 square units, what is the measure of the length of each diagonal? Moravian, Brennan.
3 times the square root of 2.
Incorrect. Over to Northampton. Thad.
3.
Incorrect. 6 units. Here's your toss-up. going for a 10-point bonus. For 10 points, what was the purpose of the 22nd Amendment? Northampton, Kirk.
Abolish prohibition?
Incorrect. Over to Moravian. Brennan.
To determine the voting for senators?
Incorrect. It was to limit the terms of presidents to 2. It was ratified February 27, 1951, the 22nd Amendment. Another toss-up. Name the English author who believed in fate and authored such novels as Jude the Obscure and Far from the Madding Crowd. It's Thomas Hardy. Another toss-up, going for a 10-pointer. Which of the following compounds has a bond formed by the transfer of electrons? Would it be H2? Would it be CH4? Would it be NaCl? Northampton, Thad.
NaCl.
Correct. Ionic bonding. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer. I'll provide definitions of 2 biological terms, Thad. For 5 points each, you identify the terms. First term, an indentation in the skin from which hair grows. Thad?
Follicle.
Correct. The stalk of a leaf. Thad?
Stem.
Incorrect. It would be the petiole. Petiole. Again, we'll give you 5 out of 10. Going for a 10-pointer. Here's your toss-up. It's going to be an art visual on the monitor. It's multiple choice. The greatest and most successful portraitist of his time was not a painter, but a sculptor. Throughout his long life, he had as his subjects some of the greatest men of his age: Voltaire, Rousseau, Franklin, Jefferson, and being shown there on the monitor, Washington. For 10 points and from the following, was he Gilbert Stuart, John-Antoine Houdon, Antonio Canova, or Pierre-Auguste Rodin? That's Jean-Antoine Houdon, the greatest French sculptor of the 1700s, Houdon. Another toss-up going for a 10-pointer. After World War II, in what German city were the top military leaders of a defeated nation? Northampton, Kirk.
Nuremberg.
Correct. They were brought to trial by the International Military Tribunal. Here's a bonus. It's a 10-pointer. For many years, the Sinn Féin Party, or Sinn Féin, has been the political arm of a secret army. For 10 points, name that army. Thad.
Chinese People's Liberation Army?
No, it's the IRA, the Irish Republican Army. And again, Sinn Féin, spelled S-I-N-N-F-E-I-N. Here's your toss-up. Going for a 10-point bonus. For 10 points, give me the verb that means, quote, to accustom a child or young animal to food other than its mother's milk, end quote. Northampton, Thad.
Wean.
Correct. Bonus 10-pointer, Thad. It's the first stanza of an 18th century Scottish poem entitled A Red, Red Rose. Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. For 10 points, name the poet who penned those lines. Thad.
Milton.
No, Robert Burns, Scottish poet. Going for a 10-pointer, toss-up. For 10 points, what's the name given to a scientist specializing in the study of the transmission of inherited traits from one generation to another? Moravian, Brennan.
A geneticist?
Correct, Brennan. And your bonus, a 10-pointer, Joe, for you and the team. It's a bonus question to test your knowledge of the constellations. I'll give the English nicknames of 2 constellations, and for 5 points each, you give me the Latin names. First one, the Lion.
Leo.
Joseph.
Leo.
Correct. The Hunter.
Orion.
Joseph?
Orion.
Correct again. You have your 10. Toss up. Going for a 10-pointer. For 10 points, give me the standard mathematical name for the point into which a given point is mapped by transformation. It's image or image point, I would have accepted. Another toss-up. What did the German teenager Matthias Rust do that put him in the news during the Northampton, Thad?
He landed a plane in Red Square, Moscow.
Correct. Put him in the news during 1987. Here's your bonus, a current events bonus, Thad, for you and the team. Name the author of the controversial 1987 book, Veil, The Secret Wars of the CIA, 1981 to 1987. Thad?
Bob Woodward.
Who was a Washington Post reporter, who broke the Watergate situation. You're correct. Toss-up, going for a 10-pointer. A forsythia plant is an ornamental shrub with bell-shaped yellow flowers. For 10 points and no correcting yourself once you've begun, spell forsythia. Northampton, Jen.
Forsythia.
Correct. Bonus 10-pointer. The quality of mercy is not strained is the beginning line of a famous speech in which Shakespearean play?
Hamlet?
That, not Hamlet. It's The Merchant of Venice. Toss up. In what city does the Federal Center for Disease Control have its headquarters? Northampton, Mike.
Atlanta.
Atlanta, Georgia is correct. Bonus 10-pointer. You might want to use paper and pencil for it. I want you to match the following mountain ranges with the appropriate countries. Here are the mountain ranges: Laurentians, Apennines, and Pyrenees. The countries: Canada, Spain, Italy. I'll give you the mountain range now that you've rung the bell, Thad, and you give me the appropriate country. Laurentians.
Canada.
Apennines.
Italy.
And Pyrenees.
Spain.
You are correct. You've got your 10 points. Going for a 10-pointer, toss-up, multiple choice. Which of the following may not be considered a definition for the word down, D-O-W-N? A hill, soft, fluffy feathers, in the direction of gravity, or a pile of bushes? Moravian, Joseph.
A pile of bushes.
Correct. Bonus 10-pointer, Joseph. For 10 points, first and last names, please, on this one. I want you to name the American author who won 2 Pulitzer Prizes for fiction, one for The Magnificent Ambersons and one for Alice Adams. It would be Booth Tarkington, who received a Pulitzer for The Magnificent Ambersons in 1918 and for Alice Adams in 1921. We're going to take a halftime break now with the score at half. 90 for Northampton, 45 for Moravian. Excellent contest. Kirk, during our first round, we ask our contestants to tell us about their families. Will you begin, please?
Certainly. My father is a math and computer teacher at William Allen High School. My mother works at a bank. My sister is a senior at Penn State, and my brother is a plebe at the U.S. Naval Academy.
Thanks, Kurt. Mike Ruth.
My father's a teacher at Lehigh County Votech. My mother's a secretary, and my sister's a senior at Penn State.
Thanks, Mike. The captain, Thad Szabo.
My father is an agent and registered representative for Prudential Financial Services. My mother is a secretary at the Nazareth National Bank. And I have 2 younger brothers, Vance and Ross, who are at George Wolfe Elementary School.
Thank you, Thad. Jen Karmanik.
My father is a machinist at AT&T, and my mother is an office manager at Stone Terrace Home Park. I have an older brother in the construction industry.
Thanks, Jen. Thanks to Northampton. Let's go over to Moravian Academy. Aaron Datesman.
My father works as a machinist, and my mother likes to substitute teach, and I have 2 younger brothers.
Thanks, Aaron. Joseph Fuse, the captain.
My father is an inventor. My mother is a family therapist. I have 2 older brothers at Georgetown University. Little sister Jessie, 5, and little brother Dusty, whose birthday is tomorrow.
Thanks, Joseph. Andrew Henry.
My father is an electrical engineer, and my mother is a homemaker, and I have a younger brother and sister.
Thanks, Andrew. Brennan Milligan.
My father is a professor of physics at Muhlenberg College. My mother is the director of Christian education at Nativity Lutheran Church, and I have a sister who is currently attending Dickinson College.
Thanks, Brennan, and thanks to Moravian. Again, the score at half is 90 for Northampton, 45 for Moravian. Very close contest. We're going to begin the second half with our first toss-up. We're going for a 10-point bonus. Where are the Serene Sea, the Rainy Sea, and the Lake of Death found? Moravian, Andrew.
The moon?
You are correct, on the moon. We usually hear those, the names of those in Latin, mare for sea, and lapis for lake. Here's your bonus, 10-pointer. And you might want to use paper and pencil on this one. If a 50-candle power lamp is replaced by a 100-candle power lamp, but the distance from the illuminated subject is doubled, then the illumination received will be which one of the following? Will it be 4 times the original value, 1/2 the original value, 1/4 the original value, or twice the original value? Joseph?
1/2.
Correct. The second one I gave you. Here's your visual on the monitor. What is the radian measure of central angle AOB? Moravian, Brennan.
1/2 pi.
1/2 pi is incorrect. Over to Northampton. Thad.
Pi over 3.
Not pi over 3. Brennan was there, but it's not 1/2 pi. It's 1/2. We're going to go on to another toss-up. Going for a 10-point bonus. In 1758, the French abandoned Fort Duquesne and the British occupied it without a struggle. For 10 points, what name did the British... Moravian, Brennan.
Fort Pitt.
Correct. What name did the British give to that fort? And it became, of course, Pittsburgh. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer. For 5 points apiece, tell me where and in what year did the English King John sign the Magna Carta?
1215.
Joseph.
1215, Plains of Runningmead.
We will accept. Runningmead, 1215. Going for a 15-point bonus. Here's your toss-up. What's the 9-letter term for a government controlled by religious leaders? Moravian, Brennan.
Theocracy.
Correct. 15-point bonus. Can you recall for what most common specific wording these letter combinations stand? 5 points apiece. First one, D-A. Joseph?
District Attorney.
Correct. D-A-R. Joseph?
Daughters of the American Revolution.
Correct. G-A-R. Joseph?
No response.
Grand Army of the Republic. 10 out of a possible 15. Toss-up. It's a listening toss-up. Listen to the excerpt. We just heard a portion of the orchestral composition Symphony No. 5 in D minor, composed in 1937. For 10 points, and from the following, I want you to name its Russian composer. Was it Shostakovich? Moravian, Brennan?
Shostakovich.
Shostakovich it was. Dmitri Shostakovich. It was produced in Leningrad in 1937 to honor the 20th anniversary of the Bolshevik Revolution. 10-point bonus. Give me the standard musical term for a chord which is spread out, that is, in which the notes are heard one after the other, usually from the lowest pitch upward. Joseph?
A progression.
Not progression. Arpeggio. Toss-up. Multiple choice. The most bitter quarrel at the Constitutional Convention concerned which one of the following? Was it a method of choosing a president, the regulation of trade by Congress, the representation of large and small states, or the size of the Army? Moravian, Brennan.
Representation of large and small states.
Correct. Speak up just a bit, Brennan. You are correct on that, and here's your bonus, a 10-pointer. Of the 39 delegates who signed the U.S. Constitution in September 1787, 2 later served as President of the United States. For 5 points each, name those 2 individuals.
Washington signed.
Joseph.
Washington and Madison.
George Washington, James Madison, correct. You've got your 10. Toss-up, going for a 10-pointer. Name Samuel Taylor Coleridge's dream poem about a mystical place. Northampton, Jen.
Xanadu.
Incorrect. Over to Moravian. Brennan.
Shangri-La.
Shangri-La is also incorrect. I was looking for Kubla Khan. And Xanadu is certainly famous from Kublai Khan. Here's your toss-up. For 10 points, what is the specific chemical name for the process in which the water molecules orient themselves around an ion in such a way as to lower the energy of the ion? It's a little tough. It's hydration. Another toss-up. It's on the monitor. It's mathematics. What is the limit of that infinite geometric series? Northampton, Mike.
0.
Incorrect. Over to Moravian. Toss-up. Brennan.
3.
It's not 3 either. It's 8. 8. Another toss-up. Going for a 10-pointer. Again, a multiple-choice toss-up. If it's 7 p.m. in Philadelphia, which of the following is the time in London? Is it 4 a.m., 2 p.m., 10 p.m., or 12 midnight? Northampton, Thad.
12 midnight.
Correct, Thad. 10-point bonus, Thad. For 5 points each, name the 2 largest cities in Brazil. Thad.
Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro.
You are correct. You've got your 10. Toss up. For 10 points, give me the 9-letter noun that starts with the letter D as in dog and is a synonym for airship. Moravian, Brennan.
Dirigible.
Correct. 10-point bonus, Joseph, for you and the team. Man is born free, and everywhere he is in chains. For 10 points, what French philosopher made this observation? Joseph.
Rousseau.
Jean-Jacques Rousseau is correct from The Social Contract, the opening line. Going for a 10-point bonus, here's your toss-up. Who is the only black to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court? Thurgood Marshall. Served since 1967. Another toss-up, multiple choice. For 10 points, and from the following is a strident voice, plaintive, harsh-sounding, enthusiastic, or angry. Moravian, Aaron.
Enthusiastic.
Incorrect. Over to Northampton. Mike.
Angry.
No, it's harsh-sounding, strident. Another toss-up. Name the largest river that flows through Grand Teton National Park. Moravian, Brennan.
The Missouri.
Missouri is incorrect. Over to Northampton. Jen.
Colorado.
Not the Colorado. It's the Snake River. Another toss-up. The Latin phrase de novo is used sometimes in English. For 10 points, what does it mean? Again, de novo means from the beginning or anew. Toss-up. Locate this country by continent. Mauritania. Northampton, Thad.
Africa.
Correct. Bonus 10-pointer, Thad. Together, they account for more than half of the cotton production in the United States. For 5 points each, name the 2 leading cotton-producing states. Thad.
Alabama and Georgia.
Incorrect on both counts. Texas and California. Mississippi comes in 3rd, Arizona 4th. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss-up. In May of 1886, a riot took place in Chicago which caused a setback to the organized labor movement in the United States. What's the name given this riot? Northampton,
Haymarket
Mike.
Square. Haymarket Square.
Judges, Haymarket Square, named after the Haymarket riot. Here's your bonus 10-pointer. In Washington, D.C., there are many agencies that are best known by initials. I'll give you 2 such sets of initials, and for 10 points each, you give me the names that those initials represent. First one, FTC. Thad.
Federal Trade Commission.
Correct. FDA.
Food and Drug Administration.
You are correct again. Here's your toss-up, going for a 10-pointer. Indonesia became an independent nation in 1949 for 10 points. Prior to that, what country owned it? Northampton, Mike.
France.
Incorrect. Over to Moravian. Joseph.
England.
England is also incorrect. The Netherlands, Holland. Toss-up, going for a 10-pointer. Near what Egyptian city is there a huge dam across the Nile River which has formed a large... It's Moravian, Brennan.
Aswan.
Aswan, which has formed a large lake called Lake Nasser. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer. For 5 points each, name the 2 states in which the Great Smoky Mountains National Park is located. Joseph.
That would be Tennessee and Kentucky.
Kentucky is incorrect. North Carolina is the second. I'll give you 5. Tennessee is correct. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss up. During the Civil War, a war between England and the U.S. was threatened when the U.S. Navy removed 2 Confederate commissioners from a British ship, taking them to Europe. The incident is remembered by the name of that ship. State the name given to the incident. It occurred in the fall of 1861. It was the Trent, T-R-E-N-T affair. Another toss-up. For 10 points, I want you to name the percussion instruments consisting of 2 cup-shaped clappers clicked rhythmically together by Spanish dancers. Northampton, Jen.
Castanets.
Correct. Your bonus, a 10-pointer. What 8-letter noun, beginning with the letter P, refers to a devotion to the needs, rights, and aspirations of the common people?
No response.
Thad, no response. It's populism. Toss up. What's the molecular... I'm reading the question. The final buzzer is sounded. Superior contest, 140 for Moravian and 120 for Northampton. Excellent contest. Northampton, we want to thank you for being on. It was certainly one of the more exciting contests we've ever had. And Thad, you and the group should be congratulated. We're going to see, I think, Mike back here next year. Kurt, Thad, Jen, good luck in college. Moravian, we congratulate you. We're going to see you back here in the second round, late March, against the winner of next week's contest. And next week, we're going to have Liberty and Parkland High Schools. This is Harry Price. Thank you for being with us, and good night.
Funding for Scholastic Scrimmage is provided by the Air Products Foundation. The foundation is supported by donations from Air Products and Chemicals Incorporated as a charitable organization whose contributions provide support for educational, cultural, health, and community programs in the Lehigh Valley. The series is also made possible by Channel 39 School Services participating districts.
Viewers interested